Hey, welcome back. It's pretty hot today, hence why I have a fan on. Hopefully you won't hear it. But in any case, that's not going to stop me from making this video because I got something in the mail today, which means it's another episode of... That's right, Mickey has come through yet again. He has sent me more CDs and we're going to go ahead and unbox this and see what he has sent over this time. So Mickey, as always, thank you very much for sending me CDs. You are the MVP for sure. And so of course, if you want to send me stuff, all my social medias are in the description, so you can just message me there. But until then, let's see what Mickey has sent. Okay, it's been a while since I've used this box cutter, so let's go ahead and put it to good use. Alright, here it is, and as always well packaged. Of course, got a lot of green bubble wrap, which is kind of cool. I don't really see different colored bubble wrap. So let's just go ahead and take off the tape and just see if we can just get this open neatly as possible. There we go. That should be open enough. And so as always, I'm going to go through these one by one. And yeah, and from the looks of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's about 9 if I'm correct. And the very first CD that I see right in front of me is called Pawn Shop, and it's from, I believe, a duo, and they're called Brothers Osborne. So I'm assuming they're brothers and their last name's Osborne. But Mickey has actually told me quite a little bit of this album. He said that it's actually a pretty good, kind of a country-ish sort of album. And he actually recommended this album and suggested it on my Patreon, so that's coming very soon. So I actually did not listen to the album yet. I actually want to wait before this comes in. And so definitely interested to check this out. As always, I'm hit or miss with country, but we'll see if this one will be up my alley. So again, that's a very good first find here. You see the disc there, kind of a simple design. Take out the disc, you have a kind of a broken TV basically. And you get a little booklet that folds out. Actually goes a long way, which is interesting. But there you go, that's the first one, Pawn Shop from Brothers Osborne. Okay, and the next one, alright, and the next one I have here, and it's from an artist I've talked a little bit about, and I've said how he's another one of those people that sometimes I like, but I gotta be in the right mood, and is Bruce Springsteen. And this is the album Tunnel of Love. I think it came out late 80s or somewhere around there. I've heard people say this is a good album. So again, I don't hate Bruce Springsteen, but he's never been my all-time favorite. He has some good songs, I'll give him that, and he's a very well-respected songwriter. But you know, his voice can get to me at points, but you know, other times he's fine. So we'll see where I fall on this album. Got a nice simple booklet. It's got the lyrics. No frills about it. Just gives you the bare minimum. You do have this photo though, which is him with the guitar overalls, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, pretty by the numbers. But there you go, that is Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. And won't you know, there's another Bruce Springsteen CD. This one is called The Rising. And I'm trying to see, this came out in like early 2000s from the looks of it. So we'll see how I feel about more kind of a later period Bruce. Got a hype sticker featuring The Rising, Into the Fire, and Mary's Place. Never heard those songs, so it'll be a first for me. There's the disc in there. Take out the disc. You have a pretty interesting, kind of cool photo of Bruce right there with the sunlight, him against the wall. Then on the back of the booklet, you get him and his Telecaster that you mostly see him with. Nice booklet though. Just based on the first few pages I'm looking through. Very, very nice looking. Like the feel of it too. Definitely a different type of paper that they have with this. And you got a lot of photos, which is also great. But we'll see how I feel about this one. All right, and now here is a good power trio. We have another ZZ Top album. This one is called Antenna. Okay, so this came out when? Came out 1994, based on the copyright. So for a long time, all I've had was a box set of ZZ Top. Actually, I can probably just pull it out now, actually, and just show you. So this is it. This goes from the debut up to Recycler, so I believe that came out in 1990. So now we're really entering the 90s for ZZ Top, and I'm definitely curious on how they sounded like at this point. I know they had a big kind of 80s era where it was a lot more synthy, a lot more new wave elements, but I've heard by the time we get to this period, they sort of go back to that more traditional blues rock, hard rock sound that they had in the early period. Okay, so this next thing is kind of fascinating. We have the Rolling Stones, and this one's called Stripped, and I do not think this is a mainstream album. I'm looking at the back here. It's probably a live album based on what we have here, because you have like a good mixture of songs. You have Street Fighting Man, then you have covers. You have like a Rolling Stone, which is interesting. Not Fade Away, Shine a Light, The Spider and the Fly, I'm Free, Wild Horses, Let It Bleed, Dead Flowers, Slipped Away, Angie, Love in Vain, Sweet Virginia, and Little Baby. So this is probably like a live, maybe more stripped down kind of CD that the Stones did during this time. This came out when? It says 1995. All right, and then look in the booklet, there's like a live photo, so I'm pretty confident this is just a acoustic live album here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it, because you know, I'm hit or miss with live albums, and also it's a stripped kind of concert, so those are also hit or miss for me. But you know, it's the Stones, and you know, it's more late period Stones, but you know, maybe I'll find some enjoyment from it. There's the disc, and let's see what's underneath. Another live shot of Mick there, just kind of cool. I don't have much else to say about it, but still, something for the Stones collection. So I'm just looking at the next one here, and this is definitely a good one. Like so far, this is probably going to be the big highlight from this haul, honestly. Who knows, but nothing to say against the others, but this one I'm definitely looking forward to. Now this is a live album I'm definitely will enjoy. We have Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. Now this is a pretty notable live album from the band, and generally seen as one of their best like releases if you take studio and other like compilations here and there. So this is going to be a great one, I know. So what we have here, you have Jailbreak, you have Emerald, Southbound, Rosalie, Dancing in the Moonlight, Massacre, Still in Love with You, Johnny the Fox Meets Jimmy the Weed, Cowboy Song, The Boys Are Back in Town, Don't Believe a Word, Warriors, Are You Ready, Suicide, Sha-La-La, Baby Drives Me Crazy, and The Rocker. So yeah, that's quite a lineup, and really cool photo of Phil Lynott right there. Awesome. So just take out the disc. There it is. Pretty simple, but still pretty fitting of the theme. Take out the booklet. Just gives you the information. Are there any photos in this? Yes, they do. There's some photos there. Kind of small though, but still, at least they have something. And then there's the boring stuff on this side. So not much to say on the booklet, but I'm sure the music will do all the talking. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Okay, just 3 left. Let's see if I can do it without the battery dying. Next up, we have a Neil Young live album. We have Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. Okay, interesting. There's like 16 songs. Of course, you have songs like After the Gold Rush. You have The Needle and the Damage Done. You have The Needle and the Damage Done. You have Cinnamon Girl. And then a lot of other songs from Neil that we all kind of know. There's the disc in there. I'm not sure what people think of this live album. I don't hear that many people talk about it. But, you know, it's Neil Young. I'm sure he'll put on a good show like he usually does. Trying to see when this one was recorded. It looks like maybe 80s, I'm guessing. Just based how Neil looks at this point. Don't know, could be wrong. Okay, never mind. It says so right here. It says it was captured in 1978 on the Rust Never Sleeps tour. So this is basically another kind of recording during the Rust Never Sleeps. I know I have Rust Never Sleeps. I already have that. So this is just another recording of it, which should be cool. So there we go. Next up, this is kind of fascinating. So I actually already have one CD from this band. I have the Unplugged album from them. We have 10,000 Maniacs, Blind Man Zoo. So again, I do know of this band, but I haven't checked out their studio stuff yet. So this should be a pretty interesting one. I do like the female singer. I'm blanking on her name. It's Natalie Merchant, I think. I like the sound of her voice. We'll see what the music holds. So 11 tracks from my look-see. Then you have I'm assuming they're lyrics. Can't tell, because it's all in paragraph form. So it could be lyrics, or it's maybe just talking about the making of the songs, or the inspiration, which would be cool. But yeah, I don't know much else. So I don't know if this is a good album, or kind of a middle of the road. We'll see. But it should be a nice listen, though. Okay, and the last one, we got a soundtrack. And, I know people like the movie a lot. I haven't actually not seen the movie, but we have the soundtrack to Braveheart. Of course, starring Mel Gibson, the ever-beloved Mel Gibson. Sarcasm aside. So yeah, it should be cool. It should be interesting. I'm assuming it's mostly going to be the score, which, it'll probably be something I'll play, like, I don't know, once, and maybe, then probably not for a while afterwards. But hey, it's Braveheart. I know it got good reviews. People say it's one of Mel Gibson's best performances in a movie, but still, should be cool. But again, I don't have much to say. There's the disc. But that's it. There you go. Another soundtrack for the collection. Okay, so now let's go ahead and recap. So kind of going in the exact order we went through. We have Brothers Osborne, Pawn Shop. We have Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love. We have Bruce Springsteen again with The Rising. ZZ Top, Antenna. The Rolling Stones, Stripped. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. You have Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Live Rust. 10,000 Maniacs, Blind Man Zoo. And finally, we have the soundtrack to Braveheart. So there you have it. Well, 9 CDs. Mickey, as always, I gotta say this every time, but thank you so much for all the CDs, not just for this, but all the CDs you have given me for the past, year and a half, maybe. I can't remember, but still, as always, there's obviously gonna be some good stuff in here, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking these out. So that's it from me. If you want to send me CDs, as always, links to my social medias are in the description. If you want to message me, just give me a heads up and we can work something out. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye for now.